What makes a story good? Is it just the story itself? Or is it some pieces in the story that come together to make it good? See, I'm gonna tell two stories to you right now that are real simple, but I think will help to explain what I am processing as what makes a good story. So there's a little boy named Joe. Joe wanted to grow up to be a baseball player. So he went to college. He was the best baseball player in college. He got drafted as the #1 pick. He went into the MLB and played professional baseball, broke every record in the book, and became the greatest baseball player that the world has ever seen. The other story is this. There's a little boy named Joe. Joe was born into an orphanage. His parents didn't want him. He was raised in the foster system, going from house to house, surrounded by different people every single time, being told his whole life that he was going to grow up to be nothing. When he became a teenager, he decided he was going to go to college, at a significant college, and he was going to work and work and work so that he could pay for it. He worked his tail off and went to college, playing baseball as much as he could, doing his schoolwork and working a full-time job to pay for his college. He was drafted, not very high, drafted towards the end of the pack. Ended up on some minor league team somewhere. But he was determined. Joe was determined to make it into the major leagues, and he worked and he worked and he worked harder than anyone else. No parents, no siblings, no support system. Joe ended up working his way through the minor leagues up into the major leagues and became one of the greatest baseball players that the world has ever seen. Now, I don't know about you, but that second story is a lot better. It grabs my heart. It makes me follow along every little twist and turn in the story. And by the end, I'm so happy that Joe finally made it. He wasn't handed anything. He went through hardship, he went through struggles, he went through trials, and he kept going. See, I think that's what makes a good story. It's all the little twists and turns in the story, all the little speed bumps, all the little moments of we don't think Joe's gonna make it. That's what makes a good story. See, I think that up until a couple of weeks ago, I thought that maybe our society and as a whole was just so enamored with negative and with drama and all these reality shows that we see on TV. But I think after last week, my perspective has changed. See, I think that we were created to desire a story. A story that has twists and turns, roadblocks, open doors and shut doors. We were created to desire that, to somehow be able to weather a story and all the things that come with that and look forward to a happy ending. Last week, a week ago today, my family's story changed. Had a little twist in the story, little speed bump. After 4 years of praying and desiring and trying to get pregnant, we finally did. The story was going to end happy. going to be a happy ending. After 4 years, there was going to be a happy ending. But a week ago, that all changed when we got the news that the baby didn't make it. The story changed. Wasn't what I thought. Wasn't the ending at all. It was just a twist. It was a turn in the story. And after a week of processing, the story's not over. In fact, when Joe finally had the happy ending, he finally made it to the major leagues, finally became a great baseball player. It was all of the twists and all of the turns and all of the things that he went through, all of the things that he overcame that made that ending so much happier. So I know, I believe that the story's not over. In fact, the story got better. And while we mourn, while we are extremely emotional and filled with so much pain and disappointment, the story's not over. We just had another twist, another turn that's going to make that ending so much more happy. If you're going through a little twist, a little turn, a little speed bump in your story, don't give up. Don't confuse a twist or a turn in the story for a sad ending. It's not over. It's not over. And while you don't negate the pain and the hurt that you're going through, we find hope in the fact that the story is getting better. It's building us up. It's causing us to grow so that ending is way more happy than before.